best tips, the best things I've bought. And if you want more information, get my ebook, During Rider's Lean Body Bible, at duringrider.com. I've got so many tips in there, going to save a lot of money. All right, so this is my top little tips, things I've bought that just changed the game. There's so much money you can waste in cycling, so much junk out there. This is what I recommend. No particular order, quick video, and torque wrench. This is really good. This is a good one from Richie. Bontrager do a similar one, and it's this little that pops out the back here, so it can got different things. And this is 5 Newton meters. So if you've got a carbon fiber bike, carbon bars, or it's just you need to have a torque wrench. This is 5 Newton meters. In most parts, 5 Newton meters. You got your seat post clamp, 5 Newton meters. So it just helps you prevent damaging. These frames are so lightweight. You can look like you can press it. You can press them in. They're so soft. Look at that flexing. They're paper mache, all right, so they break so easy. So you need to have a torque wrench. Any lightweight part, alloy, titanium screws, or carbon, you need to have a torque wrench. It makes life a lot easier. All right, that's one. Squirt lube. This is the best lube. I love this stuff. You know why? Because your hands don't get as dirty. You know what I mean? When you have to chain drops or whatever. Squirt lube. It's eco. It's super fast.
And you don't get grease all over your legs.
There you go. All right, so if you've got a model girlfriends who are doing the photo shoots, you can't turn up to work with grease on the legs. The directors don't like that. Alright, so that's Squirt lube. I recommend, here we go, these absolute black rings. Alright, these are fantastic. Now, if you already got your Durace chain rings or whatever, your 105, you don't need to change them. But when it's time for your chain rings, I do recommend absolute black. Alright, this is oval. For me, it just feels smoother. It's not a must, but it's definitely, I would never use standard chain rings again. If I had the choice, I'd get some absolute black oval rings. They just feel smoother, right? I love them, right? Another thing I really enjoy, besides pussy, is ceramic bottom brackets. You can't see in here, but this is a Sea Bear bottom bracket, and it just spins so nicely. Hambini does a good bottom bracket as well. This is a Sea Bear. Well, watch this. You know what I mean? And look at that. So it just spins so well. Okay, so ceramic bottom bracket. This one's by Sea Bear, Hambini. He's a good YouTube channel as well. Go check out Hambini. Speaks it how he sees it. So yeah, ceramic bottom brackets. I rate them. This one, power meter. Power meter is probably one of the number one things. I rate stages. They're just proven. It's good enough for Chris Froome. It's good enough for me. It's good enough for you. I've had this one for maybe 6 years. This one. So it just lasts a long time. You want to change the battery? Just pop it out like that. Just be gentle with it. And boom, battery. Pop it in. And then you're good to go. I'll generally leave the battery out to save weight. And, so it's just real easy. If I ever get wet, you just take your battery cap off. And when you open and close, you just do it gentle, And then just let it dry out overnight, you're good to go. What are these feral cats doing? It's like a jungle in here. So that's a power meter. What else we got? This one here. Oh, my God. This is so handy. How you going? Hi, Mum. Mum watches the video, sorry, Beatrice. And mirror, this is a Cat Eye BM45, so easy to install, so easy to adjust, and it's just so good. I was pacing Tash up Norton Summit tonight, and so I could just pace to perfection. This is also good for racing. I use this for racing when you got someone in the break coming up behind you or whatever, or coming across, you just, your teammate or whatever, you can just sit up or go hard or whatever you want to do. So this is a Cat Eye BM45. It just sits in with the Allen key, like that. Perfect. Another big one, Strava. There's a website called Strava. Log all your miles, and what I use is to read my power data as well. Is this called a GPS unit? This one's made by Brighton, and it's called the 330 Brighton 330, and it's got a 36-hour battery life. I love it. It's so good. I've had this for a couple of years now. Fantastic. What does that say? That says vegan. That says vegan entire. Let's put my handlebars there. Super lightweight mount. This bike's about 6.5 kilos and with pedals, so it's illegal, but it's good. All right, now what else have we got? Lastly, but not leastly, a saddle. All right, not every saddle works for everybody. Nutrition works for everyone, but saddles, everyone's got different shapes and preferences. I like the saddle. It's an AliExpress. It's TINC. I don't know what it is, Tink or whatever. Maybe someone says time, but it's not a time. It's a Chinese Alibaba. AliExpress. And it works good for me. All right, and now it's carbon rails. So if you're over 80 kilos, I don't recommend carbon saddle because you're going to break. All right. So yeah, saddle's personal preference. You want to, if you don't like your saddle now, try out a different angle. Move it up, move it down. Move it forward, move it back. Work your angles on your saddles till you find something you like, okay? If you don't like your saddle, change it. Change the angle first. Seat post. This is the best seat post in the world. All right, Thompson. This is the best seat post in the world. If you want to really fine-tune your bike fit, this is Steve Hogg. He got me onto these posts back in the day. Thompson make the best seat posts in the world. And that's why I spec all my Pragma bikes. They're Thompson compatible. 27.2 with a standard clamp, you know. I've got a little mark there. I've got a little mark there in case it slips down or up or down or go transporting. I've got a little light scratch there. See that? It's a little nanometer, you know. Just like a bee's shin. You ever seen the shin bone of a bee? Me either, but it would probably look like that. All right, so just very, very detailed stuff like that. Just little things. So if your seat post ever slips down, you know, got a reference point. My saddle I haven't slammed forward, so I don't reference that. Personal preference. So yeah, good saddle, good seat post, you're good to go. But yeah, they're the main things that I rate. This is a Merida bike made in China, and yeah, same OEM supplier that I use as well here in China. So yeah, fantastic quality, goes good, very light. Listen to that. You can squeeze it almost. You can feel that. You can see it flexing, can't you? That's how skinny these are. This carbon's so strong, you would never ever break this frame from miles, but you could definitely crash it if the cat knocks it over. SRAM, love the SRAM stuff. The mechanical DT Swiss. I do have my Wind Space Hypers as well. They're in New South Wales. I've got to pick them up. And so there you go. That's what I like. And if you want more information, go visit duranride.com. I'm just a big fan of products that work. And there's so much BS in the cycling industry. Every industry's got its BS. But I just wanted to be here out and give you gang the heads up. And lastly, tyres. Best tyres in the world. Continental Grand Prix 4000s. Unbeatable. 25 mil if you've got smooth roads. If you want to go fast, 25s. They are unbeatable tyres. You know, the 5000s are good, but I prefer the 4000s. Hard to get. You're going to pay a lot of money for them if you can find them. But for me, I love them. There you go, gang. Squirt. You ain't squirting, you ain't living. See you soon.